Right, and this is episode 4. Here we go. This one took place on February 8th, 2023. I recorded 3 of these in a row on the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th of February. For whatever reason, I was feeling really inspired on that 3-day stretch. But it's about a week and a half out from the first game, just to give you some context, because I do have audio messages all throughout the season, right? So as you listen to this, also keep that in mind too, right? We're on a journey right now. We're going somewhere. I'm speaking about something back then, but they're taking you somewhere, right? Somewhere that I know I went now, but at the time I didn't 100% know, but I pretty much knew where I was going. Perspective of the Game, episode 4. Enjoy. I'd now like to break up this video with a advertisement for my 2 digital ebooks at undiscoveredprospects.com. 4 corners of hitting fundamentals, 5 transformational pillars of hitting, $28 for the one, $20 for the other, $50. What is $50? $50 is not as much as you spend on gear. $50 is not as much as a $150 wood bat. It's not as much as the cleats, right? What does $50 get you? It gets you everything that took me from a good player to a great player, from a good player to an All-American player, right? Undiscoveredprospects.com. It took me from a 387 average to a 411, right? 28 games played to 44 games played. Look at those at-bats, difference. Obviously, I was playing better. 21 runs to over double, 59 runs scored, doubled my hits, almost doubled my doubles. No triples, 5 triples. 3 home runs to 12 home runs, doubled my RBIs, slugged it way better, right? Walked more, got on base more, 1 out of every 2 times. Every other at bat I was getting on base, right? And I stole the bases very well. So I was a run producer, run scorer, everything you want to do in a career, right? What are you getting in these ebooks? You're getting the 4 things that made me an All-American hitter: the coil, scap loading, hands, timing. Then bonus content, detail about the process. The process will lead you into the 5 transformational pillars of hitting, right? How to coach yourself, how to have better pitch selection, how to have better pattern recognition, how to make mental cues, mental framework for physical training, right? Because that's essential to being a great baseball player. Bonus, I give you a 4-month mastery, how to use all of these things in 4 months to go from where you're at right now to a better place in the future, right? So why not? Why not buy these 2 ebooks? What's stopping you from being a better player? $50, not as much as those cleats, man. Yo. So February 8th, 2023, 10:14 a.m. I am Thomas Evans, that is me. And I got another thought that I've been thinking on this morning. Once I get in that gym early in the morning, I start listening to podcasts and whatnot. You get that workout, you get that rush. Things just start popping in my head. And a good friend of mine, my brother, sent me a DM of this kid talking about his perspective on the game. So I think maybe I should start titling these episodes. So I'm going to title this one nothing crazy, but let's call it Perspective of the Game, right? So in the last little episode or rant or whatever you want to call these lecture, I was talking about perspective a little bit. And you own your own perspective. Every perspective is one of one. Unless you take on the perspective of the majority, then you're not thinking one of one. But in theory, ideally, everyone's perspective is one of one, right? Hold up, something focus up here. Pulling into the car wash. Gotta get that car wash. It's sunny out in Buffalo today, and it's February, so I gotta get that car wash. But anyways, perspective of the game, right? So this video that was sent to me this morning, it was a kid guy, I think he's a college player. He's talking about his perspective, and this is a common perspective I think people in the game of baseball have. It's these one-on-one battles. It's me versus him, pitcher versus me. The kid was saying, the guy in the video was saying, when he hits a ground ball to me, he wants me. He hits it to me, and he's like, "You hit it to me? I'm gonna get you out because I'm gonna win every time." Like that type of mentality. And I mean, for most people, for some people, I can't speak for other people, right? All I know is my perspective. But I guess for some people, that ideology, might work. But recently, I've kind of shed light on my own perspective on the game. In the last episode, we were talking about, glass half full, glass half empty. I was speaking how the game of baseball is a game of endless opportunity over a game of failure. I'm thinking I know my new perspective, and I'm thinking on it. I want to play the game of baseball poetically, if that makes sense. I want to. When you think of poetry, right? You think of a combination. It's a short scripture sometimes longer, but the words give you strong imagery, visualization. In a few sentences, or I'm not a expert on poems whatsoever, but 8 lines and you got a powerful visualization. The words move you. The rhyming sometimes sounds cool. It moves you. It's smooth. I want to play the game of baseball like that. It's me versus the pitcher, right? But he's going to throw me a pitch, and I'm just going to react to it. I'm going to take it the other way if he throws it the other way. I'm in the field, and I get a ground ball hit to me. I'm going to field this ground ball, and I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to field that ground ball, and I'm going to throw it home. Smooth from the outfield. I'm going to play the game smooth. I'm going to play the game poetically. Everything's calculated. And think about a poem. A poem isn't a story. It's not pages and pages long. It's lines long, one page long. But how calculated those lines are to fit in one page, and you can get a whole story from that. So think about playing the game like that, calculated. I was hitting with some of my good boys, brothers. I got brothers. And sometimes I get in these tendencies. I like to take these long rounds where I'll take like 12, 15 pitch rounds. And I'll kind of get gassed out. But I always, in my head, I pictured, conditioning. I want to condition myself to work through this. But then he was like, my one brother was like, what if you just took 6 swings, capped it at 6, and those 6 swings were just full effort, locked in, strong swings? He had a point. Think about it, though. Calculated. It's not calculated. It's not just boom, one after another, boom, one after another, boom, one after another. Oh, it's me versus me. Boom, I got the next battle. Me versus me. Boom, me versus him now. I'm facing the pitcher. Boom. Slow the game down, like we talked about last episode. Play it poetic. Play it calculated. Controlled chaos. Had another coach that used to say that. Controlled chaos. Baseball's a game that moves fast. It moves fast. You gotta slow it down. Control the chaos. But when you're swinging, that's a lot of movement. You're trying to hit that ball hard. There's a lot of movement in that, right? Control that chaos, though. Take 6 swings, but they're controlled chaos. They're calculated. Sometimes I might repeat myself here, but I'm just trying to get the point across. Think about it. I work at a facility, too, and I'm catching a bullpen for one of the instructors, just to help him out, right? I'm catching his bullpen. He has a client, and this client, he likes this kid, I should say, not client. He's a high schooler, younger. I want to say 9th grader, 10th grader, maybe 8th grader. He pitches, but he likes to work super fast. So I'll throw the ball to him, and as soon as I throw the ball to him, he already has his feet on the mound. He's about to throw his next pitch. Well, you see, it's a half-hour lesson. He's probably on the mound for 10, 12 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, but it's just rapid fire. Pitch, 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 pitch. And the instructor's very good. He's very knowledgeable on pitching. Played a college pitcher. He orates his instruction very well. And I've seen him work with clients, and the clients are receptive, and it works. But this kid, he just keeps working through it. And, he's telling him, breathe, slow down. And then I'm sitting there while I'm catching this bullpen, I'm thinking, like, play the game poetic, slow it down, be calculated. Maybe you go there for a 30-minute session, right, to throw a bullpen. You're on the mound for 10 minutes, and you might throw 30 pitches at max, maybe like 20. But what if those 20 were super calm, composed, smooth, calculated? Is that better than 50 pitches, but you're just rapid fire and you're not even really thinking about it, feeling it? That's another thing, feel it. Sometimes a poem, you can read it makes you feel something. Or a song, right? You listen to a song. The song might be 2 minutes long. It's not even that long. You're talking about 120 seconds, but it makes you feel a certain way. Think about when you swing, when you throw. You should be able to feel that. That feel good. I talked about that last episode, but does it feel good? Why didn't it feel good? Well, if I know what it feels like to feel good, I should know what feels off when it feels bad. Knowledge of self. So I'm kind of getting redundant here on what I talked about last episode and this episode, but that's what's on my mind today. That's something I want you guys to think about. Instead of playing the game super aggressively, it's me versus him, me versus me, be on your own team. Talk about that more at another time. Be on your own team. Slow the game down. Play methodical, poetic, smooth, calculated. People getting mad at each other at the car wash here. Delta Sonic, if you know, you know. People are crazy out here. But anyways, I appreciate y'all. I don't know. I'm just recording these right now. I don't know if I'll ever even post these. Nah, I do. I will post these eventually. But whenever you hear this, be blessed. Play the game poetically. Peace. I'll catch you later.